Welcome back, channel everybody, and welcome back to another new video. And today I am in my home office. Actually, I should say tonight I am in my home office, and I wanted to share with you the Horsepower Locator. That's right, everybody, it is up, it is running, and in my opinion it's freaking awesome. And I can tell you, we just got handed a tool that we could use to really search for a dealership that maybe isn't going to completely screw us. Now, it may be hard, it may be like a needle in the haystack, which we expect, but I am already getting some headway with finding a car. So yesterday I got let down by my old friends at Napleton's, and I was bummed when they said, sorry, we're gonna have to sell you a car. 10,000 over on a Hellcat, 5,000 over on a Scat Pack, and who knows with the special editions. And yeah, it hurt my feelings, considering, maybe all in a whole different video, that I felt like they kind of maybe owed me, hooking me up with all the cars I bought, and the fact that the original screw up with the first Hellcat kind of priced me out of the universe, because I bought that car at like a 4% interest rate, and had it been the proper California car and not a 49 state car, I would have been fine. I would have my Hellcat right now, and I'd be watching from the sidelines all the craziness. But ordering the Jailbreak was a great idea in concept until interest rates doubled, almost tripled in my situation, and they ran me 5,000 times at the dealership for the credit report when I told them to run me once. Now, thank goodness for my credit lady. She got a lot of that stuff taken off of there because they were not supposed to do it, even though they did it anyways. And I did sign the authorization, but I was specific not to do it. So killing me on my FICO score, and then a couple months later, Jailbreak showing up, and then me getting nailed with a huge interest rate. Look, I'm not the type to believe that the world owes me anything. I go out and take what's mine, earn what's mine. I make things happen. I don't sit back and complain. But in this situation, when they sent me a text saying, we're going to text everybody, we texted everybody who's on our list just to be fair with everybody else. Like, whoa, wait a minute, you sold my Jailbreak at a huge markup. So I'm sorry, Nate, I love you guys, but I was bummed. With all of that being said, here's where I give them a pass. I give them a pass because what Nate told me was they got one Hellcat Charger allocation, 0 Challenger allocations. And at first I thought, nah, this guy's not telling me the truth. This is posturing for markups. But I do trust him, so I was at a pause for a minute. And now today, with the Horsepower Locator, I could go in and find out exactly how many they actually are allocated. And then I can at least feel more confident that, well, look, if I own a dealership and I only got one Hellcat, probably I'm going to feel the same way they feel. Like, you got one chance to make some money. And that kind of sucks, because when you're talking about the top 500 dealers getting the lion's share, or actually getting these cars, anybody who's not in the top 500 not getting any of these cars, you got to, realize that kind of sucks if you're in a kind of rural area, small town area, kind of like these guys are. And then, I mean, what's the capability of them keeping up with dealerships in the middle of St. Louis, Los Angeles, New York, big cities, Miami, other places? It's probably a lot harder for them. So they're just going to get one car. That really, really sucks. So I'm going to show you what I was able to find on the Horsepower Locator. I'm going to show you how to play with this thing. I'm going to show you a little flaw that I'm sure they're going to fix, but it kind of misleads us a little bit. Although I do believe that maybe they did update one thing, but let's just jump in real quick. All right, so I'm on DodgeGarage.com, and the Horsepower Locator is up in all its glory. And we're just going to click here, and I'm going to go ahead and put in Napleton zip code, which is 63376. So 63376, because I want to see if they're telling me the truth. I'm going to click Charger, click Search, and now I'm going to go over here to the left. Now, it tells me right away they've got 39 available orders. That's just for Chargers in every single model. On the left, you'll see where the last call editions are. I can click for the Super B in B5 Blue. They've got one coming. I can click the Plum Crazy, they've got one coming. I can see that they've got one Swinger coming in the wide body F8 and one in the White Knuckle. And basically they're going to get one of each of these cars. That's it. Now let's go down and just look at Hellcats. Let's just say we're going to look at the 717 horsepower regular Hellcat, even though they call it a jailbreak wide body now. And they have one available order. That's it. For the whole year, that's all they're going to get. So let's go see, what about the jailbreak 807? They've got two of those coming. No, that's not them. Whoops, it switched. They got none coming. So they were eliminated from the list. So all they're getting for them to be on the list is one Hellcat. They have no other Hellcats coming. That's it. And then they've got some of the special edition cars. But now let's go back and just look at how many Scat Packs do they have coming, wide bodies. And it comes up, they've got 6. So Nate was telling me the truth. So I'm not going to hold any grudges. For the whole year, that's what he's got. So that tells me that if he's got 39 cars coming and only one Hellcat, 6 of the special editions, and let's go back and see how many regular Scat Packs with the narrow bodies. None. They've got none of those coming. And then RTs, there it is, 4 RTs. And then look, 2 GT all-wheel drives. GT 300s, 10. SXTs, 2. And then 11 of the V6s, which these last 3 I just talked about are. So that's all they're getting, and that's shocking when you think about it. So if I go back here and I just want to find, well, then where is the Hellcats? So in that area, I start searching through, and I can see that most of these guys got one. Here's Marty Cancela. He's got 7 available orders. So if I was looking for a dealer that maybe wouldn't mark up a car, maybe I would go to Marty first and the South County Dodge. But that's still such a low amount of cars that I'm going to expect that they're going to mark them up. So let's keep going and see what we can find. All these dealers with 1, 5, 3, 1. This is astonishing when you think about it, that this is it. This is all these dealers are getting. But what I did find when I was searching earlier is if you look hard enough. So let's go to closer to where I am at. So all these dealers, and this is, out in the Midwest. So maybe my area give me a little bit better results. So let's go back to the horsepower locator, and let's put in 92807, and let's just say that we want to find a Challenger search, and I want it to be Hellcat 717, and the dealership by my house, they've got 4. They always mark their cars up, so I know there's no way that guy is going to help me out. This guy with 4, I don't blame him. He's going to mark them up. Sucks. Total Clicks got 7. That's where I bought my Red Eye, and Orange Coast has 10, 16 at Huntington Beach. So I might go to Huntington Beach and say, look, you want to throw an order in for my Sublime Green Incredible Hellcat. You've got 16. And they can't tell me they don't have any. It tells you here they're a power broker dealer. And I could keep searching, and let's say they say, nah, we're going to hold out a little bit and see what's happening. Hemet. This is in California. This is where my parents live. This is really kind of a small area. It's shocking these guys have so many of these. But I'm imagining they probably sold lots and lots of trucks, lots of cars, who knows, that they got in the top 500 and higher to get 12. So I definitely would call them. It's within driving distance. And I would keep looking to see who's got some big allocations. And when I was searching earlier, there's some 13, 17, Tobin. I might be willing to go to Nevada if I'm going to get one at Stickers. So as you can see here, you can see who's getting cars. And I would tell you, I probably wouldn't mess with any of these guys who's got 1 car or 3 cars or 4 cars. They're not going to be negotiating whatsoever. But here's what I will show you that made me pause just a little bit. Is we'll just click on this one here, build in price. They haven't updated the website yet. It's still showing 2022. So let's click here, and it's still showing 2022, and it shows the net price 88,000. Now, unless they change these prices, which I don't think they did, we're looking at those prices going up. By the time this switches to 2023, that price is likely to go up. And let's just, acknowledge that that's going to happen. And let's go back and look at some of those special editions and see what happens with the special editions. So let's see if there's a shakedown here. This guy is going to get one shakedown. It says download specs. You can't build in price because these are not orderable. So you're not going to be able to see the prices probably. But let's go ahead and click. Now, go check out Racer X's channel because he showed the pricing. And I think this guy was close to 70,000 bucks or so. But yeah, the pricing's not even on here. So you can't even guess. So they haven't updated the pricing. So you're going to go and try to get reserve a car, one of these down here. Let's just say you want a super stock, and look at these. Very few of these. I think nobody's getting more than one of these. You want to get a super stock? Oh, Tobin in Vegas has 2. You're going to pay through the nose. I think we know that. Even you were paying through the nose before anyways, but not a lot of allocations of super stock. So it's pretty cool. You can go do a lot of searching. It doesn't look like the narrow body Scat Pack. I'm sorry, the Scat Pack wide bodies. Even then, you look at their slim pickings. Unless this guy, Orange Coast, they've got 11. So if I want to buy a Scat Pack, order a Scat Pack wide body, I'm going to call them up and say, "Notice you got 11." If they go, "Yeah, well that's not enough. We're gonna mark those things up $5,000." Keep going, and I would just keep going. And here's what's cool: what they did do, they put the phone numbers next to all of them. So I saw a guy earlier say, "Look, I've got a dealer that's willing to sell me a Hellcat, or maybe as a Scat Pack, at $3,000 over MSRP. Should I do it?" And I'm like, "Hell no! For $3,000, if I said I'm going to pay you $3,000 to, just make 25 phone calls today, would you do it?" Absolutely, you would do it. So block off a morning and just start dialing for dollars. You want to do a deal, you want to do a deal, you want to do a deal at MSRP. And the first dealer says, if you can come in here, drop a $500 to $1,000 deposit, we're going to do it. Come on down. And I would call the ones with the biggest allocations first, because these guys are mad right now. Let's be honest. If you're Envision and you got one car, one Scat Pack wide body, like the easiest car on the whole planet to sell, and you only got one, you're mad. You're not happy with what Dodge did to you. So why would you care about marking it up? You're going to mark that thing up to the moon because you only got one of them. But if you're one of these guys sitting on the large allocations, like 12 here, there's some that had even more, then maybe you're going to be more reasonable because you've got 12 of these cars to move. Let's see on the regular Hellcat narrow bodies, 4 by my house, 7 at Tuttle Click. You go up here, 10, 16. So it looks like there's going to be a lot more of the narrow body, and that would probably be a supply chain indication that it's easier to get these things off the line. So there's 4s, 1s, still some low allocations, 12. So just shocking, folks, that there is such a slim amount of these cars. 17 in Vegas. So, folks, take a trip to Vegas. What's funny is I will be in Vegas at SEMA at the end of next week. So maybe I'm swinging by Tobin, seeing if they want to do a deal. I also have a few dealerships that I'm talking to right now. One in particular I'm not going to say anything about. They're supposed to call me and let me know if they're willing to let me go ahead and lock down one of the special editions. And I'm not going to say which one that I would be willing to buy, but you could probably guess. But if I can get my hands on one in particular, one of the special editions in particular, I would pull the trigger all day long and buy that car. Why don't you comment in the comment section below? Let me know which car you think it is that I would be willing to step up and buy despite it being a sticker car. And there's some reasons for that. So with that, everybody, let me switch back here. With that, everybody, hopefully you enjoyed today's video and learned a little bit. Go play around on the Horsepower Locator. It's extremely interesting, and I believe it is empowering us with at least more information than we ever had before. When dealers were telling us they didn't have any cars, we had too few allocations, we never knew if they were telling the truth. And I found out today that Nate Napleton's was telling me the truth. And who am I to think that they should sell me the only Hellcat they've got at MSRP? I'm not mad at them. A little frustrated with how things turned out, but after finding out this information, I don't blame them. And it stings, it bugs. I might be going further deeper into the country to get a car and doing a very long drive or shipping trip back, but I'm going to find a car one way or another, and I believe this is going to help me do it. So don't pay those markups, make the calls, whatever the markup is, go back, dial for dollars. That's what your time is worth. If it's 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, think about it. Make 25, 30 phone calls and just start calling. Start pumping in zip codes at places across the country you'd be willing to go, and go ahead and find your car without paying the markups. I believe this has empowered us. It beats the heck out of not having it. So I want to thank Dodge for doing that. I can't wait till they update the prices to 2023 so we can all really be frustrated. But go check out Racer X's video where he shares a lot of the new pricing on, at least I think it's the special editions, and they're really not bad. As long as they're not marked up, I don't think they're that bad. That's why I'd be willing to buy one at MSRP. So with that, everybody, please like, subscribe, comment, stay motivated, be respectful in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. And happy hunting.